Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hey everybody, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is your Geek Out for Wednesday, August 8th, 2012. According to this, the Geek Out is brought to you by GoToAssist from Citrix. Take control of your IT world from one simple cloud-based platform. Try saying that 3 times fast. GoToAssist's proactive alerting allows you to fix small issues before they become big problems, and for a free 30-day trial, visit GoToAssist.com, click the Try It Free button, and use the promo code PIRILLO. I just completed a 20-minute interview with the VP of Development from Malwarebytes, and we've talked about the software before. I didn't even realize Malwarebytes came out of the community, the trenches. They were fixing people's problems, so they needed to create a tool to help the problems be fixed by the community, or by themselves. Malwarebytes has got a fantastic story. They're being active now on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and beyond. So take a look at the interview I did with my new friend, Doug. Even though I guess we've known of each other for some time, we really hit it off. In fact, I think one of our Nomies, Stacy, said that Doug looked like me, or I looked like Doug. Judge for yourself. The link is in this video's description. My life as a Windows Phone Pariah. Well, there's a word you don't hear every day. Pariah. Windows Phone, I would hope that you hear every day, although apparently not. Candace, she's one of our new regular contributors to Lockernome, has written her perspective on this particular matter, and she's asked how many people are using Windows phones. And I tell you, very rarely do I see anybody in public using a Windows phone. It is usually someone who worked for Microsoft at one point in time. Candace may be the exception to the rule, but she thinks that it's got promise as a platform, and I'm inclined to believe her and really understand that the true promise of Windows Phone will come about with the next iteration of not just the hardware, but the software, the platform, in conjunction with Windows 8 PCs. Unless, of course, no one buys Windows 8 PCs, in which case, well, yikes. Travel the world on Google Plus with virtual photo walks. Photo walking is a popular pastime, hobby, thing for people to do, especially if they visit new cities and they want to meet other people who live in the city and take pictures as they walk around the city or country or wherever they happen to be. And Google Plus is making it a bit easier to create events with friends. And we covered the Google Plus events feature before, but crossing over into virtual photo walks is really making it easier for you to discover these connections that you might have in your city. Get out of the house every once in a while. It's a good thing for you to do. Me? No, I'll stay at home and browse Google+. Will you be sharing your story with Facebook? This new feature from Facebook has been created to take advantage of the stories that your friends, neighbors, or acquaintances may not have already shared with their Facebook family. However, Facebook will allow stories that were already posted to Facebook after being published in the media. So the stories are updated monthly, only personal experiences will be posted, not every story that is submitted will be posted, and Facebook makes the selection. Interesting. I'm still not a huge proponent for the Facebook timeline, although there's really no avoiding it at this point. I still use Facebook. You see, I've got like 128,000 of you following me there, and I'm grateful for that. And I love playing along and uploading photos there and videos and texts or status updates. I'm not really using the stories feature, though, and I don't know if I'm necessarily going to plan on using the new feature, if only because this is my story, right, in video. I'm happy in talking about it here and leaving it on YouTube where, you know, it's going to be seen. Unless, of course, you see the stuff that I post to Facebook. Do you? Mobile phone problems? Not surprising. There was a study conducted between mid-March and the first week of April this year, polling Americans who use the internet, which is pretty much everybody. So some of the complaints from cell phone users included the primary complaint that dropped calls is a huge problem. Still, although I can't say that I've had a lot of drop calls as of late, I guess a lot of people are still plagued by this. Consumers continue to be annoyed with unwanted sales and marketing calls. Amen! I've captured a few of these in my vlog. You guys have heard that, and by the way, they've stopped calling. Texting by cell owners has increased, thus limiting social interaction. That's where I get most of my social interaction, by not interacting with people directly. I guess it's kind of counterproductive. A few more complaints were brought up, and I'm sure you have a complaint about your mobile phone. What is it? Come on, here's your chance. Complain. Go ahead. Come on, complain. You can comment below, or you can comment on the article. In our ongoing series of very visual posts, Ryan has gone through and found a few geeky coaster sets. There's Pac-Man coaster set. I don't have that one. I might want that one. Harry Potter-inspired Houses of Hogwarts coasters. Not a huge Harry Potter fan. The Battlestar Galactica coaster set. Now that I might be interested in. Oh, it looks like a Star Trek coaster set. Of course, you've seen my coasters. You know, the iPhone app, or I guess they could also be iPad app coasters. There are plenty of geeky coasters that are out there. Do you have geeky coasters? If not, why not? What's your excuse? I have no money. Okay, that's a good excuse. But really, wouldn't you rather have a set of geeky coasters? Or would you, no, I just use napkins. God, that's boring. Who uses napkins? I don't even use, I use my pants to wipe my hands. You've seen it in the vlog. Anyway, if we're missing any geeky coaster sets, let us know. Real life superheroes. Late last night, I posted our 5,000th video to this YouTube channel. And I'm very, very happy to say that over 1,000 of you liked that video. And I went so far as to tell you, I love you. And I appreciate the support that you give us. Not just in that one video, but every video that we upload, including these Geek Outs. When you like the video or even comment, you are indicating that you're not just a passive viewer sitting back and watching. You're interacting. You're letting us know that, hey, we appreciate, and I'm talking we, the you, appreciate the content that we're creating. That is what a like means. It doesn't mean, you know, suddenly I'm making tons of money because I get more likes. It just means that I have a better connection with you. And so some people emailed me after the fact, my email address, chris@pirillo.com, saying that I was kind of a superhero to them. And I think that, you know, we don't need to look to these costumed creatures in comic books to find superheroes. There are plenty of superheroes around, and I am very grateful that you could be a part of my community. My superhero, Christopher Hills. First full resolution images of the Martian surface. They've landed! Well, we knew they landed, Curiosity, on the Martian surface. But we've got the link specifically to the page that NASA has with the images coming in, and wow. Oh, wow. Can you imagine a day when we'll be able to stream not exactly real time from Mars, but close enough to real time? I think the day is certainly coming. Just think about that. That's another planet. Who cares if there's no life there or ever was life there? That's still freaking amazing! Google's iOS search app to gain enhanced voice search. Cool. I can't wait to see Google's YouTube app. I seriously, it's been long overdue. And it's likely coming down the pike. Google creates some pretty darn good apps for iOS. In fact, I think I'm happier with Google's iOS apps than I am with Google's Android apps. Don't tell them that. How Square will caffeinate Starbucks. Do you have a Square to spare? This little device, when plugged into an iOS gadget, will allow you to take credit cards from anybody. And of course, they take a percentage, but you can take credit cards without doing anything more than, that's it. Everybody should have a Square. Everybody should have a Square. Jack, one of the guys who's credited for creating Twitter, is leading the charge with Square. And now Starbucks will be accepting Square. This is big news for small businesses. I've talked about it to my registered Nomies. By the way, Nomies is doing very well at nomies.com. Essentially, we've got quite an active Facebook group. For $97 a year, well, imagine like getting access to the things that I have to say, and beyond YouTube, specifically in relation to your business or business ideas or ventures. So we've got plenty of room for more Nomies. Nomies are using Square. Why aren't you? New York Times confirms it's in discussions to sell its About group. Yeah, it's content, but content created by and large to game the search engine system. Pretty good content. I mean, if I had the money, I'd probably buy it, but I definitely do not have the money. Hell, I'm still looking for a CEO. Steam expands beyond games. Why not? I mean, they've got an app store. I mean, why would you want to use Steam's store when you're probably going to be using one that's built into your OS? Couldn't hurt. LockerGnome.net user Mattophobia writes, who's your favorite Beatle and why? Why are you making me have to choose? That's so unfair. I know a lot of people love John Lennon. Other people are more in the McCartney side of things. I was always kind of partial to George Harrison. I liked his style. LockerGnome.net user Muttley2209 writes, how do geeks stay healthy? Well, I can tell you how I stay healthy. I follow my 50 weight loss tips. Remember those 50 weight loss tips that I posted to my blog, chris.pirillo.com? Google it. They're still there. They can help you stay healthy. Those tips have helped people lose weight. I just have to remember those tips every time I wake up because it's a constant struggle for me to stay healthy. I should not be sitting down as much as I'm sitting down. I have to find different ways to get up and be active. That's the easiest way to stay healthy. But the bottom line is, you don't go for a magic pill or anything like that. Eat less. That's it. LockerGnome.net user Jacob Thriller 1982 writes, what do you think the price will be for the Microsoft Surface? Well, I think it should be about $300. I don't think that's what it's going to ship as, unfortunately. But I think it's the only way they're going to sell. If it sells at a base price of $600, the Surface is going to tank. Mark my words. LockerGnome.net user Lestat611 writes, how do you recover your lost phone? Well, there are many services for non-iOS devices, but for iOS, I'm using Find My Phone. Works very, very well. Oh, and by the way, as a brief update to the person who got hacked, we talked about it in the Geek Out the other day, they have gone through and changed the system. Not just Apple, but Amazon as well. Closing certain loopholes, and hopefully they will continue to do this so that that type of hacking cannot happen again. Here's to your health.